Hi! It's a long time since we've seen you, and probably an equally long time since you've seen us, because we haven't been doing any filming for a wee while. So today we thought we would show you something Scottish. So, this is a mini book of tricks. A lot of you are familiar with the bigger one, but this is a little baby one, which is great for using up scraps and different things. This one has been done in holograph, and the one I'm demonstrating is not going to be done in holograph because it's impossible to cut out. Your eyes are all It's used on this board here, the very top part. I don't know whether you can see it or not, this part here. Great for using up odds and ends. And that's the finished one. This is one that is almost finished, this one here. Alice is going to finish that one. And I've started scoring out from scratch what this one's going to be. So, to get on with the show, as I say, this is the board that needs to get started. The starting one is always a tricky one, but you need to move it round. When it comes to a point, you bring it down, you bring it across. This is where you've got to feel to go all the way around. And it's quite time consuming because sometimes you have a wee peak underneath, because it makes it easier at the end of the day if you do every line. So if you do every line on 4 or 5 pieces of small card, it does make it easier at the end. That's me doing my third one. So you now these are not the layers, these are the lines on the layer. Right. Okay.
So in each layer you do as many lines as are showing?
Yes, and then you cut them out. You can get used, if you pick it up and work them regularly, you can do it with just a small piece of spare card and just make sure you steady it. But until you can do that, you're better to actually just go by the board, not forgetting your second lines, these little lines in the middle, because these are your fold lines. So that centre one.
Oh, they're quite important, aren't they?
There's your 2 lines there. So if you follow that line, you've got to have a centre line right down the middle, so that when you turn it over for your first one, you cut out round that one. The second one you cut out round that one. Your third layer you cut round that line. Your fourth layer you cut round that line, leaving your last one. You've got 5 layers in total, and you just follow the lines and shrink them down each time.
Used 2 colours, gold and cream in this one, and silver and lilac in the Scottish one. Right. Well, while we're doing that, I'll show you how to do the centre bows and ribbons and whatnot. We quite often use feathers in the back, because they look very pretty. Sometimes it's more appropriate to use a leaf. I've got the green leaves on this one and gold, and you can get them in silver too. Roughly 3 pieces to go on the back of the leaf or the feather. And sometimes you push a wee bow through the centre one, or you can just tie a bow around it. And you use one of the long bits and you tie it round and round. A pair of strong kind of clippers or wire cutters or something like that, and you snip them down to a manageable length. And there's different ways of attaching this to your card. I think you use silicone glue, do you?
I use silicone glue. Well, it's actually not the kind of crafting silicone glue. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's kitchen and bathroom sealant. That's what I use. It dries very well.
Glue dots are sort of sticky silicone glue that's ready done for you. All dry and ready. So 2 wee dots on the leaf, and then you just place it in position on the top, like that. And
depends how profligate we feel.
Oh, good word, good word.
Alice has been teaching me big words.
Good word.
The thing is, I have to remember and use them in the right context and think about it before I say it, make sure I'm not saying the wrong word at the wrong bit. Not that I usually do that.
Not at all. Or whatever. And actually what's really clever is if before you actually do the embossing and the cutting, you can print. You can use your computer just to print on the top layer.
Yep.
Or sometimes even, doesn't Jane leave off the top layer and she prints on the second layer?
She does it, she makes a nice job with the
Which
second
looks really
layer.
pretty.
Yeah. I'm going to ask her how she does it.
You can use any computer program that you normally use for these kind of things. Right, that's a close-up of the MiniBookz board that we're doing it on, but you can use the framey, and later Ruth will show you how that card turned out as well.
Framey's not bad actually. I had what I thought was the MiniBookz one. When you put that through there, I never saw that last time because I stick mine on afterwards. So if I did,
Oh!
if I did that, could you show the people at home a wee close up of how to do it, and then I could watch. Oh, I'm naughty.
She's very naughty because, do you know, not only do I have to try and push this through the right place, I've also got to try and keep it in shot, and I think that's a step too far for me because it gets caught in the ribbon as it goes through. You just have to keep
maybe
talking.
you maybe want the silicone glue after all, just
No,
to stick it on
no,
at the end.
No,
I like the idea of it going through though, that anchors.
Look, there, we've got it.
So do you put them all through, or is it just...
No, I just put the one through.
Just the one?
Oh, I'm not pushing my luck, come on.
No, I was just asking, because I don't do mine that way. That's why I was asking, because I thought, that way I know.
Yes. Well, now that you've totally flummoxed me. Okay. You've got to put my tongue out for this. Right, wind it all
This
round.
is on at the moment.
Absolutely.
Is it? Oh, that's fine. I should be actually doing something then.
I think she's supposed to be doing something.
While you're doing that, that's fine. These are all layered out. We now have got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the baby one for the middle. For those who had asked about peel-off borders and what they were, these are peel-off borders where you have just a bit that you catch and you take them off and you can decorate round the edges. I know we're used to it, but what's that one? I'm going to just assemble.
What's quite good is to hold them on the edge of something sharp like your non-stick scissors or a pointy tool, and it stops them getting out of control.
Alright, I'm now taking the tape off to attach. I've had to put on quite sticky tape because it's been bent now to give a slight bendy effect on the card. Children's rolling pin. How did you do yours?
No idea.
So you can curve your card and roll it round a rolling pin on that side and roll it round on that side, and that gives you a nice page effect. Then I'm going to take the tape off the back, but I'm not going to put this one on because those who are watching will see that that's not the next colour.
Well
Because the
spotted.
next colour is silver. Wee baby one, you've got your centrepiece ready? Ready for the big you're doing the centrepiece. This one is done in a framey, and as you compare the difference between the two, depends on personal choice. Some of you may not like the curves, and some of you may prefer that
If
straight.
we take it right out, we'll see that this is actually straight.
Yes.
It hasn't got the
And that hasn't, that's
scalloped
that's,
kind of edge.
It is a little bit, but not to the same as the MiniBookz one. You can make these flat pack, that's the big one. That's the big MiniBookz. You can choose colours in advance if you wanted to really get into that and have sets where you've got your colours all sorted. Put them away, boxes flat pack, MiniBookz, MiniBookz flat pack, and it's there to bring out when you want.
So until the next time,
Keep crafting.
bye bye.